Hello everyone, and welcome to my B&B 24 official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The pregnancy bomb ruined Liam and Hope's honeymoon. This month, viewers of the CBS soap opera The Bold and the Beautiful will see a charming December wedding. According to spoilers, Hope Logan and Liam Spencer will be being married at the altar, with their daughter Beth serving as an officiant. Lope's family and close friends will be present for their wedding. The honeymoon might quickly go south, according to B&B Spoilers, even though the wedding might go off without a hitch. Will pregnancy symptoms interfere with Hope Logan's honeymoon? Below are spoilers for next week's episodes of the CBS soap opera B&B. Beth, the daughter of Hope Logan and Liam Spencer, managed every aspect of the couple's wedding planning, including the carefully curated guest list for the I-dose. Fortunately, the remarried couple will be able to enjoy their honeymoon together without having children. However, Bold and the Beautiful rumors suggest that if Hope begins to exhibit early pregnancy symptoms, things can go wrong in the bedroom. Luna Nozawa is the fastest pregnancy test taker in The Bold and the Beautiful's history. If someone is pregnant on soap operas, they typically start having symptoms the next month and receive a positive pregnancy test a few weeks later. After Hope and Carter broke up, she quickly returned to Liam and said, "Yes. Timelines for soap operas are challenging. However, Hope Logan should begin exhibiting early pregnancy symptoms any day now if she is carrying Carter's child. Will she notice that she's missing her period or experiencing morning sickness once she and Liam are blissfully married and on their honeymoon?" Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. Will leaves Electra, quits Forrester and grants Bill's desire? By Heather Hughes on remarks. Comment on television spoilers soap opera, The Beautiful and the Bold 23. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. Will leaves Electra, quits Forrester and grants Bill's desire? Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful suggest that Electra Forrester would be shocked by Will Spencer's departure from the organization. Will leave Forrester Creations to fulfill Bill Spencer's desire for his son to work at Spencer Publications? Fans of B&B are aware that Bill is currently successful in achieving his goals. Bill is optimistic about his family's future because Katie Logan is back in his arms and Luna Nozawa is no longer a threat. Naturally, Bill also hopes that Will and Katie will eventually work with him at Spencer Publications. Katie seemed to be about to give in given how irritated she has been at Forrester Creations lately. Bill will have another triumph when Katie returns to Spencer, which might happen soon. Bill will continue this run of favorable results if Will also ends up at Spencer. Nothing would make Bill happier than for Will to assume his proper role in the family business. Bill would be delighted to see Will helping out beside Liam Spencer every day. However, there are a few reasons why it could be difficult to entice Will to leave Forrester Creations. Will have two excellent reasons to stay at Forrester: his promotion and the fact that Electra works there as well. In order to convince Will of the benefits of abandoning ship, Bill might need to put in more effort during his pitch. As part of his proposal, Bill can highlight how Rich Forrester and Brooke Logan mistreated Katie. In the end, Katie might be able to help Bill win Will over. Katie might try to persuade Will that they should all join Bill's side after she determines that Spencer is the best option. Will need to update Electra on the significant news if he ultimately decides to go from Forrester to Spencer. Electra might be taken aback and sad that they would no longer be working in the same building. Electra might agree with whatever Will chooses, but the couple may have to deal with some fresh drama as a result. According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, if Katie and Will both decide to pursue careers at Spencer Publications, Bill may be able to fulfill two employee dreams. Make CDL your go-to source for Bold and the Beautiful spoilers, news, and updates. For this reason, critics are rolling their eyes at Beth. Although Beth's desire for her parents Liam Spencer and Hope Logan to get back together was initially endearing, was it really essential for her to officiate their wedding? Everyone appears to be asking that question. Fans of B&B obviously had a lot to say about it on social media. "I hope this is not a new trend in real life. Kids being the ones to marry their parents," was one commenter. "I'm positive that this is illegal. Is Carter signing as the official, or is there a minimum age requirement?" "It is not legal," wrote a different critic. "It's not just a matter of signing paperwork. A qualified officiant is required to execute specific elements of the ceremony, and in most situations, an officiant must be at least 18 years old. A minor or any non-official can lead some parts of the ceremony, but they cannot legally marry anyone or sign a certificate or documentation. Curious to see if the show truly ignores reality or if someone does join Beth to perform the necessary parts, or if they make a comment about maybe either already having gone to a courthouse and gotten married or planning to be legally married later, and this ceremony is just for show to have a family event, was another comment. They mentioned having someone else present to make it official and legal when they first discussed Beth performing the ceremony. On the other hand, fans of B&B will only need to watch every single day to figure out what happens next. The CBS network broadcasts The Bold and the Beautiful during the week. Look up the timings in your local listings. Please share your opinions with us in the space provided for comments below. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. Steffi forces dad to make concessions by stealing Eric's designs to show Ridge? By Heather Hughes on Remarks. Comment on television spoilers soap opera, The Beautiful and the Bold 45. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. Steffi forces dad to make concessions by stealing Eric's designs to show Ridge? According to Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Steffi Forrester Finnegan may use Eric Forrester's designs for Ridge Forrester. After seeing Eric's incredible work, will Steffi press her father to make a compromise? In the December episode of B&B, Eric ultimately gave in and accepted Ridge's decision to retire. Eric didn't want this at all, but Ridge persuaded him to follow his wishes. But in that same episode, Steffi happened upon Eric's sketches and thought they were breathtaking. Perhaps a compromise may be struck, even though John Finnegan, Tanner Novlin, still believes that Eric should prioritize his health. Eric had already sketched these drawings after all. Since they were prepared for a presentation that never took place, it's not like Eric will put himself under undue stress while working on them. Although Eric admitted that he didn't yet have enough ideas for a whole collection, he thought it was a good beginning, or would have been if he had been able to convince Ridge. Eric always wanted to work with Ridge and be a team once more. He never wanted to do this alone. Ridge could easily add his own sketches to Eric's finished work to create a whole line. Why not make that concession to Eric and give him one more final line at Forrester Creations? Now that Steffi has seen those sketches, it would be foolish to discard them. Steffi might steal those designs from the Forrester estate to show Ridge later, even though Eric eventually arrived and gathered them. Alternatively, Steffi might work with Donna Logan Forrester to obtain them from her. In any case, Ridge must assess Eric's remaining value to the business. This might demonstrate to Ridge that Eric is capable of contributing without overstressing himself. Stay tuned for updates on any potential compromise news because, according to Spoilers on The Bold and the Beautiful, Steffi must have seen those sketches for a reason. Make CDL your go-to source for Bold and the Beautiful spoilers, news, and updates. Why is Katie Logan suddenly overreacting? According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, many fans have the same question. Why is Katie Logan now objecting to the PR team being recruited to perform what they are supposed to do to give her the time off she needed? For all the information you require, continue reading below. Katie is angry that Bill Spencer is fighting her fights when she ought to be doing it herself. Although many people can't help but point out that this is exactly what Katie wanted from the start, she feels as though she is being humiliated. Naturally, the internet had a lot to say about the direction this plot is taking. Some even said, "You need to create drama because all of the new young characters are marginalized. I adore the originals, but they should concentrate on newcomers." There are more recurring storylines than Liam and Ridge obtaining marriage licenses at the county clerk's office. Katie has to come to terms with what is most important to her, wrote a different soap opera critic. She used to work for Bill, and I believe she was once the CEO of his business. She was quite intelligent back then, and she has remained so throughout her tenure at Forrester Creations. She would likely be more qualified than Ridge or Steffi to serve as FC's CEO. However, they will never put her there. But I'm not sure if Bill will want to give her more authority. I'm not sure how long Bill and Katie's fantasy will last now that there isn't a baby. She's a sharp woman, but the fact that Bill hired her previously just to stick it to Ridge didn't seem like a very compatible fit business-wise, was another observation. I'm not sure if Bill has altered his behavior. He was kind to someone on the phone the other day in front of Liam. The family is devastated by Eric's abrupt retirement, but Ridge remains steadfast. Eric questioned why the party had taken place in the first place. He never declared his intention to retire. He shot back saying, "I don't accept it," in response to Ridge's assertion that his father had earned the retirement. Only Eric, Ridge, Brooke, and Donna were left in the room after Ridge ordered everyone to leave. He refused to be put out to pasture, he informed his son. Donna wished she had been informed before Eric and she were caught off guard. Ridge made an effort to sound as though he was acting in his father's best interests. Brooke also tried to stand up for him. Donna informed her sister that their handling of the situation was inadequate. She remembered telling Brooke how enthusiastic Eric was about his latest job, and she thought it was entirely ignored. Eric wondered why his family believed it was best for him to force him into retirement. Eric was determined to stay at Forrester, but Brooke persisted in supporting Ridge's choice. He gave his last speech when he believed he was dying, Ridge reminded him. Brooke added that it was to reduce tension. Donna begged them to consider Eric's ambition to become a designer. "You asked me to run this company," Ridge remarked in response to Eric's statement that he was doing it for himself. He enumerated younger family members who were prepared to lead the business into the future. Ridge was concerned that if Eric continued at his current rate, he might wind up in a hospital bed. He asked Donna if she wanted that from him as he turned to face her. Eric refused to listen to Ridge's numerous suggestions about how he should spend his retirement. When Eric questioned whether Ridge really needed him gone, Ridge reassured him that it wasn't. "You've done it," Ridge assured his father after explaining that he had fulfilled his life's ambitions. "You performed the line. It was fantastic. Do you want to be upset with me? You have no right to be upset with me over this. If I didn't do this, you would be upset with me. I don't want to endanger you once more. I adore you excessively." After hearing what Ridge had to say, Eric finally decided to follow Ridge's wishes. Broken and defeated, he picked up his stapler and left the CEO's office. When Brooke saw that Ridge was devastated by the conversation, she embraced him tightly while tears ran down his cheeks. Following Eric's departure, Ridge tried to drown his sorrows with a glass of champagne while Brooke declared that she wished everything had gone better. However, Eric was still upset at the way he had been handled. In the showroom, he yelled at Donna about how much more he could do. Donna listened carefully as her husband spoke about his most recent creations and agreed with him. He believed that he was finally maturing at this point. Donna asked Eric to show Ridge the new designs, calling the collection some of his greatest work. But he declined. When he left the building, he wanted to take the designs with him. Donna volunteered to represent Eric to Brooke. However, Eric didn't want anyone to view the designs. He questioned whether Ridge was correct and whether he was no longer relevant, and he wished to keep them hidden. Eric couldn't comprehend their logic, because he was aware that his physical and mental abilities were unharmed. Donna apologized profusely as he entered the runway. She didn't want Eric to hear it. He apologized to her for saying that, even though she was the last person he wanted to hear it from. In order to give her husband some alone time, Donna offered to wait in the car. Before turning down the lights for the evening, Eric gave the showroom one final glance. He approached his most recent drawings and sat down in the shadows. It was a man acknowledging that his tenure at the business he started had abruptly ended. Daphne informed Carter that Ridge handled things improperly, and that it didn't go down well. Carter appeared to be making an effort to see things from her point of view.